Listen up.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Kel.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday podcast with Lucy
Hello.
and Casey.
Hello.
Oh, some long hellos there. And I'm also here saying hello. As we get into the podcast, let's get to the first thing we said we were going to do. Yesterday on the podcast, Lucy sang a very happy birthday to birthday girl Casey. To celebrate her birthday yesterday, you can check it out on yesterday's episode. Lucy sang happy birthday in Maltese. She thinks. We have an expert joining us, and it's not just Casey. Casey played your rendition of happy birthday to her mother, who was 100% full Maltese.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I've only met her mother once, but I will say your mum very happy to lend her opinion.
Oh, yes.
About things.
It's Maltese.
She's Maltese. It's one of their great personality traits.
Yep.
So the whole family's up and about. They love listening to Lucy and Kel. They love listening to their darling daughter Casey on the radio. I think they believe the Brekkie Show is Casey for breakfast with two other people. Do they?
Every time I get home, Dad's like, I heard you today. And I'm like, yeah, thank you, Dad. That's my jewel.
It is. It's Casey, Lucy and Kel as far as they're concerned.
I love that.
Are you ready
All
for
parents should be like that.
Are you ready for the review?
Yep.
Now, how do you think you went? You think you got 10 out of 10?
I know that Maltese is tricky.
You spent up to 15 minutes studying it.
Not even.
Not even. So based on the fact that you sang happy birthday to Casey in Maltese, check out yesterday's episode if you'd like to hear that. But here is Casey's mum, I believe, listening to the audio and responding in real time. Good luck, Luce.
What do you want to say?
Voice is 11 out of 10, but that's not how you pronounce it, so I don't think they're going to understand it. And did you tell her wrong?
No, she Google Translate.
Yeah, because the GH is silent.
You sing it the same
So
words that she...
Elo Snenig.
But she said Tayyab at the end, so... Go. Sing it.
Oguri.
Sing it, though.
No,
sing it.
No.
Sing it.
No.
Come on, sing it.
Oguri.
Sing it, please.
Elo Snenig. Tayyab. Casey.
Can you just sing it?
Oguri Elo Snenig. Casey.
That sounds the same.
No.
Well, a couple of things I love about that.
I think I was bang on.
You might have
She
been.
sounded the same.
No, let's review honestly. A couple of things. Firstly, I love the fact that it descended into a mother-daughter argument.
Yeah. Sing it. And then you're just literally bullying her until she did.
That was great.
Yeah.
But I will say, I do believe, she said singing 11 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get much better than that.
No.
Let's be real. You maybe did not nail the pronunciation of some of the words,
No.
which is fair enough.
Well, who knew that there were silent G's in Maltese?
I don't mean either.
Exactly.
Does your mum speak Maltese at home? I know a lot of people have parents that may have been born in another country and they bring a select few words home, especially when they get frustrated. But no speaking of Maltese in the house.
Mum bought a select few words from home.
Yes.
But other than that, she's not speaking Maltese at home.
No, unfortunately not.
It's wonderful that she can retain the language, though, and not really speak it for all those years.
Yeah, amazing. I think once it's part of you, it's part of you, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know how to speak another language.
Do you regret never learning another language? The regret of my life is that I can't fluently speak another language. I
Same.
think it would be extraordinary. And then
Well-
those people that can speak 5, like, what are you, geniuses?
No, well, fun fact. Here's the fun fact. Ready for a fun fact? Listening to a podcast yesterday. It was a podcast about breaking down people who have perfect pitch and who can learn music and also who can speak languages.
Yeah.
And apparently, this is a podcast, everybody, so we're just hashing things out. So the podcast was about the fact that between the ages of 0 and 9 months, the child's brain, they call it, the child is a citizen of the universe. which means they're ready for everything. So wherever they are in the world, whatever language they're going to hear, that's the one they will learn predominantly. So they find a lot of really talented musicians or people that like to speak a lot of different languages learned a lot in that first 9 months. So if you are playing really classical music or really high level jazz, or they said if you deliver another language to a child other than English in the first 9 months, say you play 20 minutes of German every second day for 9 months, there's a real chance they'll be able to speak English and German, because the brain is just wired in this fascinating way to receive all this information.
Spongy brains.
And then they hit 9 months and we all get dumber.
Yeah.
After that. Isn't that fascinating?
It is fascinating, and I wish if you could speak any language, Casey, fluently, Maltese aside, what would you choose?
French.
French,
Because
yeah.
it's just nice.
Je m'appelle.
Everything sounds better in French.
I said to her, I just love that Casey went, French. Like she doesn't even know je m'appelle Casey or je suis Casey. She's a sounds like a car starting. Kel, what would you choose?
I've always thought that probably Mandarin is probably the best language to learn.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of
try
people that speak a lot of Mandarin. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Ni hao, hello. Konnichiwa is Japanese. Sayonara is goodbye in Japanese.
You're bilingual.
But ni hao and sheshe is Mandarin.
what
My daughter
language?
learns that at school.
What language would you like to speak if you could?
I think I would love to speak Spanish fluently, but I don't really know much about it. When I lived in Spain, all I could say is, can I please order a small bag of juice?
Which sounds like...
Un poco, and then what a bag of juice was really funny to say, so we would just say bag of juice.
But you lived there for so long. How long did you live in Spain for?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah, it didn't gel. I wasn't spongy. My brain wasn't
such a
spongy
long time
enough.
to live in Spain for 4 weeks.
I know.
We almost lived in Bali at Christmas then. 4 weeks is the benchmark.
I did learn Japanese in primary school. That was fun. I cannot remember any of it though, but I remember how to say stand up and sit down. Tate kudasai, sawate
The
kudasai.
thing is, all of this hard work, all of this learning other languages is almost null and void, because we're about to reach the apex of AI, and eventually they'll just be the universal translator.
Well, they've already inbuilt it into Apple EarPods, haven't they?
They say something and then you get to hear it in English.
Yeah.
So, we're just going to be super lazy but know a huge amount.
Totally.
Just the way I like it.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
I think we all saw the news over the last couple of days about that boy in Melbourne who was getting off a bus at Brandon Park and the doors shut on him.
Extraordinary footage.
And-
of all the things you never expect to see, when you first see that footage of that boy hanging outside that bus as the bus moves along the road, extraordinary.
And so many different camera angles, because everyone's got cameras at the front of their house. So they're able to see all these different takes of this poor boy who, for all intents and purposes, is remaining so calm in such a scary situation. One arm, I believe, is trapped in the bus. His bag's trapped in the bus. And he's pulled his legs up. Very clever. And the next stop, the doors open and he was able to stand up. He was 12 years old. And obviously it has gone viral. 350 metres.
He's physically okay.
He's fine, yeah. Obviously, the mum is not happy. When you wouldn't be, would you?
Well, you go straight into protective mama bear mode.
Yeah.
And allegedly, I believe the sensors on the door may have not registered that he was there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, thank goodness he's okay.
Yeah.
Because that's one heck of a bus ride outside the bus for a couple of 100 metres. In traffic as well.
I tell you what, one heck of a story when he gets older, though.
To say that you've been trapped outside of a bus, unable to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because literally that's what it is. He's literally he's trapped in the doors outside of the bus. And it's almost, this is why the footage is so surreal. It's almost as if he's resigned himself to the fact that this is what he's doing right now.
What a great little kid, though, to not, like, I mean, I know he's undergoing counselling, but he didn't panic in the moment. And he knew that he had to lift his legs up because he couldn't let them drag. So he did all the right things, bless his little soul.
It's literally an action sequence from an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, right.
That he just found himself in.
Trapped as a kid, nothing scarier. And, of course, when you're a kid, you're little. And these things happen.
getting trapped.
You see them on the videos, kids putting their heads in the bars of your stairwell and then having to
the
get
quintessential.
the jaws of life cutting it all open.
The quintessential, and I don't know how many times I've seen this video footage on the news, is the kid that crawls into the claw machine. The kid that crawls into the claw machine.
Yeah.
Because, of course, the machine contains all the greatest things a kid would ever want.
Of course.
Toys, fluffy toys.
Yeah.
Finds their way up the chute into the claw machine.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of rescue workers just standing around the claw machine going,
well, trying to put in $2 to win him out.
I don't know if anyone's ever tried that.
Well, it's the easiest way.
That seems to be
Well,
the
it's
easiest
rigged, though.
way.
It's rigged,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't win him.
You would.
You'd grab him and he'd drop him.
And it just falls away every time. However, if a child has been involved in that circumstance, we obviously wouldn't be having this much fun.
I've never been trapped anywhere.
Haven't you, as a child?
I mean, I got locked in toilets and stuff. We've told that story before, but
Yeah.
I've never been trapped as in physically trapped.
Yeah, unable to move.
No, and I actually am a little bit claustrophobic, so that is like my worst nightmare.
My sister actually was trapped in a tree, and that doesn't make a lot of sense until I explain it. But do you know how trees work, everyone? Let me explain how trees work. So sometimes a tree starts at the trunk in the ground,
Yeah.
but then will sort of branch, quite literally, branch out into two bigger trunks.
Yeah.
So it's like a V.
Yes.
And I don't know how the universe works, but my sister and I were playing in the front yard of Mrs. Timewell's, and she had a big tree that branched out in the middle, so it's a perfect V, and somehow she tripped in the front garden, fell forward. I'm not even making any of this up. Like, I know sometimes you might exaggerate for radio, but she fell forward and she sort of wedged her head in the V of the tree. And so now her head is stuck ahead of the tree. Her body is on the other side of the tree.
My head went that way.
Yeah.
And my legs went that way.
And her neck is now in the V of the tree.
No.
And of course, she's a little kid, so the first thing she does is panic, and she
Yeah.
starts to pull backwards to try and get her head out.
So she's jamming
which
herself
gets
in
her
more.
stuck even more. So she's quite literally, and I can see her, and of course I'm the older brother, and maybe I'm 8, so I find this hilarious.
Oh, Kel.
She's hysterical.
Yes.
Because she thinks, well, this is my life now. I'm
yeah.
stuck in the tree forever. Fortunately, a friend that was there with me, one of Mrs. Timewell's sons, Adam, I believe. I'm remembering all this now in real time.
Right.
Adam and I were able to grab Cassie either side and sort of lift her up out of the tree.
Right.
And she had big red marks on either side of the neck. But if I told you that, like if I tried to describe to you the events that led up to her being wedged and stuck and trapped inside of a tree, I mean, most people would say that's just a story you're making up, but I saw it with my own eyes, and she was literally wedged in the tree
Yeah,
trunk.
because the laws of physics, you think if you put your head in the V, you just take your head out of the V.
It was like a cartoon. It was like a Roadrunner cartoon. It couldn't have been more perfect fall, and like the exact engineering that required her to get wedged in this tree trunk. It was extraordinary. And she was trapped. And the only way we could get her out, and this was like, it was 30 seconds she was trapped. For her, it was about 3 hours in her mind. And it took 2 of us to lift her out of the tree so that she wouldn't be stuck there forever.
Oh, my gosh.
It's no fun. I mean, I thought it was hilarious, but that's because I'm a jerk older brother.
And does she laugh about it now?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it much. She's talked about it once that I remember. So I don't know if she was a bit traumatised by it.
You should check in on
We
her.
should bring it up at our next dinner party.
Have you ever been trapped anywhere as a child? Or did your child get trapped anywhere? Beck in Werribee goes, my daughter got wedged between the toilet and the wall at my mum's house. She dropped a toy and went in after it and couldn't reverse out. It took 2 adults and a lot of laughter to free her.
Okay.
That's a small little
I can see how,
wedge.
like, if
Yeah.
you're trying to get in behind the toilet
Yeah.
around the back of the S-bend, there's not a lot of room.
No.
Especially if it's one of those toilets where the walls are very close on either side.
Yeah, and kids be slippery.
Yeah.
Dan in Lilydale has texted in, my little boy got stuck in a dining chair because he put his head through the backrest. Next minute, he's yelling, help, I'm trapped, and we had to unscrew the chair to get him out.
My cousin did that.
Lots of kids do that.
My cousin stuck his head between the two sort of timber
Yeah.
slats on the back of the chair.
Yeah.
Goes in sideways.
Yeah, then you turn.
The head.
Then you can't
locked
reverse
in.
it. Locked in.
I completely forgot about that.
Your family.
Getting stuck in a whole heap of stuff.
We have Mia, who is 11, on the phone from Bulleen.
Oh, very brave, Mia. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mia, what happened?
Okay, so once I was having like a soft drink, and then the soft drink can was like dented in, and I wanted to make it like round again. So I stuck my finger inside like the small thing where you drink from, and then I tried to poke it back out, and then my finger was stuck in there,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
So I tried twisting it,
Yeah.
and then split through my finger, and then when I got it out, it was like bleeding everywhere.
That is a cool story, Mia, who's 11 years of
Oh,
age.
Mia,
but the rest
that's
of us are all...
Oh my gosh, yeah, no dented cans there. That's
all been there.
Leave them, leave it.
Who hasn't, at some young
Oh,
age, looked inside of
Mia.
a soft drink can and go, I think I'll stick my finger in there and see what happens?
Stuart in Langwarren has texted saying, my son, when he was young, got a tambourine stuck on his head. After wearing it around as a crown, we had to cut it off with a branch cutter. No more tambourine in our house.
No. Again, so I'm assuming he's...
I wonder if it's like he's had it around his
pushed his
head,
head through.
and it's gone down around his neck like a dog, like a musical dog collar. And they've had to cut it off. That is traumatic and noisy.
Imagine seeing your dad approaching you in the kitchen with a large
Thing is,
gardening secateur.
and the kid's like panicking, right? And he's running around hiding, but you can always hear him.
The Lucy and Kel podcast. You're going to love this next bit. Oh, spoiler alert.
I went out on the weekend with my girlfriend, and she was so excited because it was chilly.
Yes.
And she put on this big purple fluffy coat, and she goes, I've been waiting for this. She herself is a winter girl.
At heart.
Loves it. She loves putting on all the jackets. She loves being under the blankies. She lives out in Healesville where it's nice and chilly. She loves the cold. And she is ready for this incoming season.
Well, she's a Melburnian through and through.
Well, this is my question. Is it because I'm not a Melburnian at heart, because I was Queenslander?
Well, you're a conundrum.
Am I?
Because you were born in the United Kingdom, which is the greyest, it's the greyest, wettest, saddest, boggiest, marshiest. Oh, look, it's 8 degrees. It's summer, guys. Yeah, hey, guys, it's 3:30 in the
agreed.
afternoon. It's pitch black.
Yeah.
That's your DNA.
The UK.
And then you get shot straight into Queensland.
Yes.
At the age of 2.
Yeah.
And then you soak up all the Queensland DNA.
Queenslander.
Which is like beautiful sunshine, blue skies.
Oh, it's winter and it's 29. Oh,
yeah.
sad.
No, it's a bit chilly today. It's 27 degrees.
Yeah.
So you have that for most of your life. And then you hit Melbourne in the, late teens, early 20s?
Early 20s.
And then you have to... So Melbourne's kind of in the middle of Queensland and the United Kingdom, I would have thought.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you're at. You're absolutely right. I don't know how you adjust.
Well, I can tell you. So my friend Chloe, mad winter fan. This is it for her, it and a bit. Me, however, I will deal with winter. But even this morning I woke up and just stood looking at my closet going, well, what do I wear?
Today?
What do I wear today?
Because it starts off cold and it's going to be 26 degrees.
It's freezing when you wake up. And I'm like, what do I even wear this? I've got all these beautiful outfits, nothing I can wear.
Look outside, it's foggy, but then you know this afternoon it's going to be perfect.
So confusing. I myself am a summer girly.
Yes.
I love the summer. I love the fashion. I love the food.
Summer food.
Yeah, so we've got stone fruits. We've got nectarines. We've got the peaches. Strawberries are $2 a punnet, not $6.50 a punnet. I've got lovely denim skirts. I've got tank tops.
You don't like casseroles?
I've
like toasties?
I've got salad. I'm having salad and I'm having cold meats. I love all the things that summer brings.
You don't
My
like-
skin glows.
Your skin glows?
Yeah, your skin glows. When
In
you go to,
summer?
Yeah, when you go to Queensland or Bali, your skin is just stunning. And then you come to Melbourne, it's like all the moisture sucks out and you're just a wrinkly little corpse of a human. That's what I feel like winter is.
You don't like the feeling of being in bed under the doona on a Sunday morning. You know it's 3 degrees outside, but you're warm, you're tucked up in bed.
No.
Your husband gets up, gets you a cup of tea
No.
and just, none of that.
Are
Dressing
you-
gowns like we spoke about yesterday.
No. Are you inherently a winter or a summer girly?
I was born and raised here in Melbourne, and I've left to go other places in my life, but I born and raised in Melbourne, so I'm a winter guy.
You're a
because
winter
Melbourne,
boy.
Melbourne is predominantly
Winter girly.
mostly winter.
Casey, are you a winter girly or a summer girly?
Definitely summer.
You're a
Summer.
summer girly.
Can I put it to you, ladies? I agree with what you're
Is
saying.
it mostly just the fashion or is it something else, just quickly?
Warmth.
It's the warmth.
Can I say the summer is like summer in Malta or summer in Bali is very different to summer in Australia. The summer in Australia is harsh and can give you skin cancer and is just bakingly hot and it's unpleasant. It's 41 degrees. Give me a summer in the tropics, I'm summer all day long.
Okay.
I just think summer here in Melbourne, Australia is not all that it's meant to be. I'd much rather all winter. I think we do winter a lot better in Melbourne than we do in summer.
Well, let's open up the phone lines on this. I just want to know if you're a summer girly or a winter girly.
A summer girly or a winter girly.
Yeah.
So, Chris, Gavin, Darren.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Don't
Come
worry
on.
about
It's
it.
a fun phrase.
Okay.
It's a turn of phrase.
Guys, if you're texting through this morning, let us know if you're a summer or winter girly.
Angela says definitely winter. You can always put more clothes on, but you can never take enough off.
That's the old
I disagree.
adage.
You can take them off.
But then you'll run out eventually.
Well, you keep your smalls on.
No, but that's the mathematical equation that all people who lean into winter say. You can always put more on. You can only take so much off.
Yes, but in the privacy of your own home, what does that matter?
I'm saying, but even in the privacy of your own home, you'll run out of clothes eventually.
Yeah, but then I'll be
There'll
cool.
be nothing left to
But
take
you'll be
off.
cool.
But that's the line and no further.
Anyway.
What else do you do then?
Fiona goes, spring and autumn girly here. Not hot or cold, just call me Goldilocks. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Are we missing that autumn and spring are the best seasons?
Oh, this isn't about this. This is just summer and winter girlies. Come on.
Summer and winter are the extremes.
Jamie says, hi, born and raised in Bondi. I have lived here almost 3 years, and I can't fathom the fact that people choose to stay here after experiencing three winters.
Yeah, I think you've got to be born and raised in Melbourne to be able to survive a winter in Melbourne.
I'm sorry, Jamie. I cannot imagine being from Bondi either. I mean, icebergs. Oh, gosh.
Well, you've done that very thing. You had to adjust. You had to adjust from
my heart breaks for
perfection that
Jamie.
is Queensland.
Vanessa says, I'm a winter girly because you can do something to warm up when it's cold, but when it's hot, there's not much you can do.
There is that moment in summer where you've taken all the sheets off the bed, you're wearing absolutely nothing, all the fans are on.
Yeah.
And it's still too hot.
Mary Lane says she's a winter girly for sure. You can wear layers, loves the fashion. She loves the conversations that happen because of the weather.
What?
And she says, I don't know. She says people can't smell bad because they don't sweat very much.
People can't smell bad in winter.
Do you know what? I would say you're right. If you're at the shops and it's winter and hot, you'll walk past stinky men.
In summer and hot.
Sorry, summer. In winter, not so much because everyone's got jackets on. You're right. Juliet says, I'm a summer girly. She goes, Mum took us to the beach, made us happy. She loves warmth, summer evenings, and the stone fruit. Nick says, I'm a winter girly
Good on you, Nick.
because I like eating and I can do my winter bulk and wear baggy jumpers and jackets.
Winter bulk.
Are you bulking up for winter?
But like bulking up in clothes.
Oh, I thought he meant like in
No,
weight.
I don't think he means he's lifting heavy. I think he just
No, I thought he
means-
meant like he was eating his body weight in
Oh,
winter
yeah, well,
and then covering
you
it
do,
up.
You do put on your winter weight, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. Chris says, morning team, Chris is a guy. Chris goes, I'm definitely a summer girly. the extra daylight, the warmth, no cold hands on the building site. He goes, yep, I'm definitely a summer girly.
It's really tickling Lucy's fancy.
Debbie goes, morning, Lisa, I'm with you. I don't like the cold. Or I do love the fashions and food that comes with the warm weather. But she does like curling up under the doona. And then Jude says, again, Jude is a boy. Jude goes, hi, Lucy and Kel. Without doubt, I'm a summer girly.
What is happening? Are you okay?
Most because of the vibes and the feels of it. I like the cold weather. I feel like the cold weather is just depressing. For example, when it's a cold day at school, the whole day is dead. But if it's a warm or hot day, regardless of the skies, it's not depressing or dead. The weather controls the course of the day, so that's why I'm a summer girly.
All right. I
Just
don't
making
know.
me giggle.
I don't know how much joy's going to come out of you right now, but I'm going to let you introduce Pete and
Okay.
ask him the question
Yeah.
that you desperately want to ask
Okay.
him.
Hi, Pete. Welcome to the show.
Morning.
All right, here it comes, Pete.
Pete, are you a winter or summer girly?
I have no shame in saying that I'm a winter girly.
That has brought Lucy so much joy this morning that you would have said that. So let's discuss why you're a winter girly, Pete.
As you touched on at the start, it gets inappropriate when you take too many layers off.
Yeah.
So
It gets awkward for a lot of people around you, and also you run out. Eventually, you will run out.
But that's okay, because then you're cold. You're cool, finally.
So you're more a putting layers on kind of girl, Pete.
yeah, bring
Yeah.
on the layers and that warm doona. You can't sleep in summer.
I get it, Pete.
Too hot.
I do. I agree with you, Pete. You've got so many options. You've got electric blankets. You've got water bottles. You've got moccasins. You've got Ugg boots. You've got dressing gowns. You've got doonas. Just so many things to make you feel all warm and snuggly.
What about food? You into the winter soups, Pete?
I'm more casserole than soup because I like something you can chew.
Yep.
Okay.
Casseroles are the
Right,
best.
Of course.
Thank you, Pete. Appreciate that, and thanks for bringing Lucy so much joy.
I've got tears running down my face.
Quite literally.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
We're about to have a discussion referencing the icon that is Madonna. Whether you care for her or you do not, she is an icon of the music industry. Powerful musical producer, singer-songwriter and performer in the 80s and 90s. And she was up on stage with Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, that's right. We had the Coachella performances recently, and on the second performance of Sabrina Carpenter's, that you do 2 weekends, long story.
It's the rules.
The second weekend, she brings out Madonna comes up, amazing. You got like hundreds of thousands of people like dancing to Sabrina Carpenter, and then Madonna appears and does a couple of Madonna songs as a duet with Sabrina Carpenter. I think they did things like Vogue, the iconic things. Everyone loses their mind. They've rehearsed it. Madonna looks great. Madonna goes, "Thank you so much. I did my Coachella performance on this very day 20 years ago.
2 decades ago.
So it was iconic that she was back. And then, of course, social media had a go, didn't they?
Okay. Which is always positive.
So many people going, ugh, Madonna, retire. Oh, grandmother Madonna, pack it up. People were saying, bringing
Too
out
old.
an 80-year-old Madonna. She's 67, by the way. But of course, then the other half of the internet were like, hey, why are you being so ageist? What does it matter to you if a 67-year-old woman gets up on stage? And then someone else pointed out, you've got no issue with people like Paul McCartney getting up in his 80s performing, or Bruce Springsteen or Elton John. You're like, wow, look at them go. But as soon as a woman gets up, you're like, oh, pack it up, grandma. So then is it sexism too? So anyway, internet imploded. Everyone's fighting each other.
Sounds like you're a bit passionate about it.
I am, as you can imagine, very passionate about it.
I think there's a serious...
I do just want to say this. I'm not a Madge fan. I didn't grow up. I'm a Kylie girlie. But I can see why Madonna was important to pop music back in the 80s and 90s. And she did things that no one had ever done. And there's a lot of iconic hits. It was never she's not my vibe, but I can see how important she was to the history, the landscape of pop music back in the time. But I will say this. I will fight anybody that tells me she should retire.
Because of her age.
Because of her age. She can do what she wants to do. And if she's fit and healthy enough, and she is, to be jumping around a stage in knee pads at 67, then more power to her.
I don't know if it's... I know you said definitely ageist. I don't know if it's sexist.
It is.
Well, have you seen what Cher's doing? No one's questioning Cher. And to be fair, Cher seems to have been around for a couple of centuries, and she looks amazing. Meryl Streep, another example of people like, keep going. But I do agree that predominantly, and I think you and I don't want to terrify you, Liz, you and I are creeping into the territory where ageism might become a bit of an issue.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Like, I think it's fabulous that she's on stage at her age doing what she loves to do. If you don't like her, don't buy tickets. If you don't like her music, don't listen. But don't ask her to stop and sit at home and do nothing just because she's older than what you are. I mean, that is ageist, and that's really unfair.
Do you believe you've come up against anything closely, even remotely, next to this? Because
no, I'm not old enough yet.
You do have the energy of a very young person.
I know, but I know I'm getting older.
But we are getting up there.
And I do think ageism is a real thing, especially
in the workplace.
Yeah.
I think it might be a real thing.
I could be completely wrong. Hear me out. I do think there was a period of time where, like, say when older people were going for jobs and they were like, we're not going to hire you, we're going to hire young people. And then I wonder if that has kind of turned around because we're now realising that older people are very, very much more reliable. No offence, but the statistics show that, like, I think it's Gen Z hold a job down for 2 years before leaving, where Gen X boomers would work for 20 years. I think Gen X, it was around 10 to 15 years before leaving a job. So they realise, actually, it's not so bad hiring older people because they actually do tend to stay historically longer than younger generations. I'm not sure, though.
I am 1 year, or less than 1 year now, of half a century. And I am still gainfully employed here at the Light. I haven't been tapped on the shoulder. I don't think there is a policy of, you get to a certain age and on your way in the medium of radio. I think your career can go on in radio the older you get. Maybe not as easy
Potentially.
as... Yeah. But I do think it would be very intimidating if you somehow have come to the point in your life where you may have moved on from your career, or maybe you've gotten to an age where you got into your 40s and kind of stopped working at what you were working at and you're looking for something else.
Yeah.
Imagine how it would feel at our age to be going for a job and going for a job interview, and the interviewee is like 23.
Yeah. And they're looking at you and you're thinking, oh, are
just
they
the way I would look at somebody at my age when I was 23. Like there is a definite, I don't know if it's even on purpose, but there is a definite ageism. There is a definite sort of, you kind of just make the correlation that, well, maybe you're a bit too old for this. Maybe you're not up to date with all the latest stuff that's going on with technology. Maybe you're afraid of AI. Maybe it could be anything. Even if it's subconscious, I think it might be a bit of a tough scenario out there for older people. I will say, I go to Bunnings on the weekend.
Yes.
I think that's where we end up.
I think so.
And I'm saying this with all due respect because I'm getting there. But I think I think old people go to Bunnings
to work.
and just work there for the rest
Just
of their
walk
life.
around making paint.
They seem to be happy.
I'm pretty thrilled that Bunnings seem to have a very diverse, very inclusive hiring policy.
Young people up the front.
Yep.
People that you got to ask questions of.
At the back.
Up the back.
Because they know.
And they're all over 50.
That's right.
Because they've got the answers.
I love that. I love going up to an old 80-year-old man at Bunnings going, excuse me, where are the locks? And he's like, come with me, little lady.
Oh,
I love
we
it.
don't speak like that.
No. No, but you're not.
A bit ageist.
A couple of texts coming in. Maria says, I'm a 60-year-old personal trainer, and people say to me, good on you for still doing it. And I'm like, I'm actually in better shape than most of you. She could flip around stage with Madonna quite easily. Good on you, Maria.
But even going to the gym can be quite confronting if you're an older lady or gentleman.
Perhaps.
You might want to go, maybe you have to try and go to older people gyms.
No, go to the normal gyms. You're not different. You don't need segregation. Whenever I see older people at my gym, I'm like, yes, you go. You inspire me.
I've seen people at the gym and I've seen me and I am different.
You need to go to a different gym. You need to go to a play gym.
I need one of those
Toddlers.
ones where people sort of walk up and down in the pool with the floaties on.
You need to do
That's
water
me.
aerobics.
Yeah, that's me.
Leanna Frankston goes, I worry about this all the time, guys. Thanks for talking about it. I'm 45 and yet I already feel like I'm being overlooked for promotions in favour of younger staff. It's subtle, but it's there.
It's either,
It's tricky, isn't
I think
it?
we're getting to a point where the discussion will be about employment. And that's, to be fair, I think a lot of people find themselves in their 40s and 50s going, where do I go from here? Especially that we're living in this day and age where most of us aren't retiring at 50 anymore.
Yeah.
It's not the 70s. We're actually in the year 2026. And to be fair, most of us are going to be working into our 70s.
Yeah.
Just to survive.
Also, with the way society is going, cost of living, the age of retirement, everything you said, we all are going to need to work
Forever.
So let's not be ageist, right? And let's promote people no matter what the age. And let's give jobs to the right people, not potentially just the youngest. I mean, I don't know. Jess just texted in as well saying I'm not over 40, but I did do my teaching placement as a teacher and my mentor teacher was a lot younger than me.
You get a lot of that, I think.
That's all right. That's okay. Let's go to the phones because so many of you want to weigh in about this. Chanel, what a great name in Chadston. Welcome to the show. Tell me a little bit about your mum because your mum has experienced this.
Yeah, so my mum is a qualified midwife and she has over 30 years experience and she's from South Africa. I mean, I've moved over here about 2.5 years ago and she obviously wants to come and live with her grandchild and she's missed the age limit. So 30 years experience down the drain for Australia.
That's a heartbreaking
That's really
thing is
hard.
that you
especially
have...
when there's a need for qualified nurses in this country at the moment. That's a real shame.
The
Chanel.
heartbreaking thing is your mum could probably spin circles around everybody because of all of her experience, but then she's sort of, the gatekeeping is how old she is.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
I'm so sorry,
Sorry,
Chanel.
Chanel. I hope
I'm
it all
really sorry
works
about
out.
that. Well, I just think all these laws and those kind of things, as we all age and as we now all live longer and work longer, these ages are all going to have to change and increase. It's different to what it was in the 80s when a lot of these laws were passed. So, Chanel, we're sending you so much love into your mum as well.
Taylor, listener of the year 2024, who by no means is an old person, joins us this morning. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Very
Good.
You can weigh in on this.
Yes, so I work in the travel industry, and it's a very diverse industry where I work with people that have been there for 50 years, but I've also been with people that have been there 2 minutes. And a few of my colleagues actually say that agent should have retired 10 years ago. So it's starting to happen where ageism is becoming a factor.
Now, I will say also, Taylor, and I get this energy from young people, and I was there. Working in commercial radio, there was a lot of this. If somebody is established, if somebody's been there for many, many years, if somebody has all the contacts, all the connections, all of the work, a lot of young people are like, oh, we've got to get these old people out so that I can take their job. So there is a bit of that energy because you work so hard through your career to get where you need to get to.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not making a gross generalisation, but a lot of the younger generation want everything to happen overnight.
Yeah.
So you might be getting a lot of that too, like trying to push old people out because they're sort of
Want the
blocking
jobs.
the way.
Oh, man, I don't love that. We've got Vanessa in Hampton Park as well. Hello, Vanessa. You actually work in recruitment.
I do. So I'm nearing closer to 40 now, and I've been in part of the recruitment process for a good 10 to 12 years. So I've seen thousands of resumes in my time for all sorts of jobs, and I'm often the one having to push to get the interview for the older applicants. And a lot of people don't put their resume, the age on the resume, which is good. I don't want that. But there's a lot of telltale signs. You can tell like how long they've been in the job. They'll often put their high school year on there and whatnot. And so I'm like, no, let's give them a chance. I want to get to know these people. They might have a really interesting cover letter that's not an AI written one, which is really refreshing.
Yes. Vanessa, thank you
Thank you.
for being a recruiter who is fighting fighting the good fight for the older generations. We're going to need people like that.
The Lucy and Kel Podcast.
And dare I say, at the end of another successful podcast, well podcasted, everybody, no matter what your age is right now. Am I the oldest person working here at the station?
No.
Don't say yes without thinking, Casey.
No, you're not. You're not.
Andy's older than you.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
You naming and
It
shaming?
makes me feel much better.
Anyway. Yeah.
Not that it matters.
Not that it matters.
What?
I'm the oldest woman in
You
our
are
team.
way the oldest woman in the team. But we just explained. You just heard there. It doesn't matter. Fight the good fight, baby. Fight the good elderly fight.
Do you know how many of us look up to you and ask you for ideas and advice and want to chat with you about things because we have no idea about what we're doing? And only you could answer it if you left.
Like a sage old woman wizard living in the mountains.
Thanks, Cal. You ruined it.
Awesome. Great.
Climbing the mountain to get the wisdom from the old lady in the cave.
Do you remember the Dark Crystal? That big one with the big hunch and she had the big hair and she was the one that...
The one that killed Snow White?
No, the Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal was a terrifying movie for kids in the 80s.
You've never seen Dark Crystal? This is who I think I look like in the Dark Crystal.
Oh, what's that?
Doesn't her eyes pop out?
She was the one, she pop her eye out, in and out.
Movies in the 80s for kids were really messed up. Anyway, on that bombshell, it's time to wrap up the podcast. Have a great whatever rest of the day it is for you. And until we meet again, everybody...
Sayonara!
Well, that's all for now. But you can download more podcasts anytime or catch Lucy and Kel live weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on 89.9 The Light.
This is the end bit. This is the end bit.
Woo!
This is the end bit of the show.
And bit.